going on, everybody? It's Tim, and we are looking at a slight recovery here today in the market. We're going to look over what's going on. I'm also going to look at a few things crypto related and also a couple stocks I'm looking out for this week. We're going to check out the SPY. We're going to check out Bitcoin, VGX, ChargePoint, AMD, maybe something else. And first off, let's look at TradingView's heat map, see where the market's going. And before we do that, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Definitely helps me out there, keeps me motivated. And don't forget to check out the links below for some free crypto stocks. Webull's doing a promotion for either 12 or 15 stocks by putting any amount in. Definitely hard to beat, and let's do this. And first off, looking here at TradingView, you'll see that large cap tech is recovering all right today. Tesla's definitely doing pretty good. Everything else around 1% up, which really isn't surprising considering how much the market dropped yesterday. I personally was unsure if we'd see just a slight more red today or a nice little bounce, and we're getting a little bounce here. And one thing that's really interesting is small caps yesterday on this huge drop, some of them really didn't drop all that much. For example, Indy, ChargePoint, a few others, they held their uptrend pretty strong, and we're going to look at ChargePoint here in a second. But first off, let's check out the SPY, and I'll give you some levels to watch there. Now for the SPY, you'll see that we are slightly up from open, and for us to continue pushing, we do need to break this 396. And right here, just look at this harsh drop we had yesterday. I mean, we were sitting near 415 and now we are under 400 in the matter of a little over 24 hours. My opinion is that is a bit of an overreaction. However, it's definitely possible for us to fall further. It is definitely concerning to see CPI not cooling off more than we'd hoped. And an important level to watch, just like I said yesterday with the SPY, you're going to want to see this 390 hold. If we break 390, very possible we fall further, and that's an important level to watch. And on the inverse, 400, we're right in the middle at 395 area. A break of 390 would be bad, a break of 400 would be good. I personally think we can find some resistance there more likely before we push higher. And looking at the Bitcoin side of things, that day yesterday, as of this upload, the 13th, when CPI came out, Bitcoin tanked as well, and is currently now trading back in this sideways channel it was trading in kind of towards the end of August. We're back stuck in it now, and an important level for you to watch is this 19,500. 20,000 is of course important, it's a psychological number, but if we break 20,000, 19,500 is going to be just as important in my opinion. Now, as for a breakout to the upside, we need to see 20,500. And one thing I want to show you here in a second that we've been seeing constantly is these pennants, and specifically for VGX, and I'll show you that in a second. But Bitcoin is forming a pennant here. It's going to break out to either direction, and that might be the direction we go moving forwards. But you will see that the volatility is tightening up, and we're going to get a direction change very soon. It might already happen by the time you watch this. And checking out VGX, I did want to show you this on the chart because we keep forming these wedge patterns and these pennants like crazy. And while about a week ago VGX was looking pretty bullish, trying to run up, trying to break previous highs, continue with higher lows and higher highs, now it's starting to look bearish. It's been creating new lower lows and lower highs, and it's been continually unable to hold these pennants, just breaking to the downside every single time. And we even have another one forming again. I think it's just the algos trading this, and here's another one to look out for. So for VGX, if we break 68 cents, very likely we fall further, and I do expect this to kind of continue down until we actually get some information on the auction. Now, to me, it is a bit concerning that we broke this 70 cents here. This was a previous support. We broke out of it, held it as a support, and have bounced further. Now that we're breaking it, it's very likely we come down to some lower levels, even test 62 cents. But let me know, guys, how are you feeling lately about Bitcoin? How are you feeling about VGX? Definitely very exciting times. Soon we will get a buyer for Voyager Digital. We're likely going to have to wait until the hearing towards the end of the month. But the auction has already taken place, and it's always possible we get a leak beforehand. And next up, I wanted to show you guys AMD. This one I am eyeing for an entry. I'm not in this one currently, but it is getting really attractive to me at its current price. I personally want to see AMD flip above 78 and show some support there, a little bit of consolidation, and that to me would be a great entry point. And if you wanted to play this short term, even with the stop loss, you could set it right around under 70. If you're a little more ballsy with it, you could set it right around 74, but I wouldn't want to play this on a swing unless it was over 78. And one thing to consider is this chart is still quite bearish, and if we do break this $70 area, it's very likely to be good for a short. I mean, just look at this trend. The trend is your friend. It's very likely that this trend will continue. However, I do see long-term opportunity in AMD, and as I've said before, I do like picking this up at times when it's under $100. And next up, I did want to mention ChargePoint. We have some good news here. First off, their relative strength rating goes higher and higher, which is a great sign for ChargePoint. And we do have some recent news here about the $900 million EV charging bill, and this comes out of the total $5 billion set aside for EV charging infrastructure. So this is definitely a great tailwind for a company like ChargePoint, and is probably a great reason that a lot of these EV stocks have been rising higher. I noticed Volta was up something like 9% today. Now looking at ChargePoint, it's only up a few percentage points, but it has been pushing higher ever since those May 11 lows, guys. And one number you got to look out for here is a resistance of $19, and then comes of course the psychological resistance of 20. We break that 20, I could easily see this coming up at least to 21 and testing it. But keep an eye on this purple line, and if we do pull back from 18, watch 1750 to hold as a support. It is a previous point of resistance a few times and previous points of support, so look out for that. But let me know down below, guys, what you think of all these stocks, all these cryptos. And I want to tell you really quick, my strategy for ChargePoint is to start slowly trimming profits right around $20. I am going to sell into strength, and if we pull back under 20, I will be buying into the weakness. But let me know your strategy for ChargePoint, any of these other stocks or cryptos down below. Thanks always, guys, and take it easy.